Sir and Ma, mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ specifically about a project that I've told you before, and the project have been on for some time now. It's a new software. It's a robotic software that is using different platform to operate. The software is produced by the efforts of different people, the comment and supervision from different professors, from doctors, from computer gurus and engineers, from hackers who look into the security, and so many people like that, teachers in secondary school and in advanced level too. This software is majorly on test and measurement. It deals with examination. It deals with how students write exam and how to report the results to the people. Then we also factor in the possibility of students doing his exam at home at his own space, and it is not possible for such a child to do any form of exam malpractice. And I mean the word any form of exam malpractice. In the actual sense of it, what it does is that, number one, it generates the scheme of work which the teacher wants to use to set the question. We have worked on this with in accordance with the NAPS scheme of work, with other scheme of work within and outside the country. We have also worked with the scheme of work as produced by federal government, and so the teacher will be able to see, okay, I want to set question on this topic. Let's say, for example, addition. So what are the things that are in addition of primary 1? What are the things that is in addition of primary 2? What are the things that in addition of primary 3? What are the things in addition of primary 4? According to their levels like that. Then the teacher now goes ahead to set question. It will set the question now. So this question can be used for test, it can be used for examination, that is a terminal examination or semester examination. It can also be used for interview of new staff. Then we also work on answering of those questions items. And after the question have been answered, then the evaluation and the report page that will be given to the person writing the exam and to the parents sponsoring such child. Now, in the software, this is how the software works. The teacher just log into the platform, and it logs into the platform. Then the teacher will now select the subjects, that is, let us say mathematics for example. Then the teacher will now select the topics, let us say addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percentage, profit and loss, statistics, indices. Then the teacher will now enter the number of questions that the software is to set. Let us say, for example, addition 10 questions, subtraction 9 questions, multiplication 13, division 12, percentage 12, profit and loss 11, statistics 5, indices 8, and the total of it is 80. Then the teacher submit that to the software. So the software now goes now to, and then the teacher must have entered the academic level of the student, Now, having entered the level of the student, the software now goes ahead now to do a purification of the question, and just in addition we have 8 questions. How many questions should we have under knowledge? How many questions should we have under comprehension? We have 10 questions now under a topic, but then how many of those 10 questions are we going to give to knowledge, comprehension? How many should come from under application? How many should come under analysis? how many should come under synthesis, how many should come under evaluation. It's going to work on a percentage of each of them. So having gotten the percentage 100% now, it will now go ahead and bring out the question, 10 question now, and it will have now given it, out of that 10 question, maybe about 2 or 3 will be going for knowledge. Then for comprehension, maybe 2 or 3, it will have gotten the number, the distribution. You will now go and select the question in such a way that the 10 question is testing different cognitive levels. And the first thing the software will do is that it will produce a table of specification. I'm sure that anybody that is in test and measurement, how questions are being set, we understand what I'm trying to say. So we now it will now produce table of specification. The table of specification looks like this. So it will produce, like, this is table of specification for English for now. So it will now pick the different topics as it has been selected, and then it will now for each of the topics now, it will now give us the cognitive level that I've mentioned the other time: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. So when we have the total of this, it has distributed a question to give us this analysis. So it will now give the teacher, okay, this is how I am setting the question. For example, now that we have knowledge, this number of question, comprehension, this one, application, this, and analysis, this, synthesis, this. This is the table of specification with which the software is going to set the question. Having generated this table of specification, then the software will now go and set the question. Having set the question, the next thing is we now output the question. We have done the software that the question will be output in 3 ways. Number 1, we have the PDF printable files. Excuse me, the printable file. This printable file, the teacher can now print out the software will bring out a printable PDF file like this that the teacher can now print the question from, and they can now print it out, and they cannot print it out. In this way, the question can now be done using pencil and biro to write it. Now, another way, the material, the questions can also be produced using intranet. That is a kind of Wi-Fi is generated in the school, and all the systems of the schools are connected, and the students do the exam offline. And finally, it can be done on net. That is, the question is loaded to the internet. Therefore, the student logs in and they answer the question at home at their for that break and write the exam at their convenience. Now, let us pick them one after the other. If it's a printable file that it is printed, it can be printed in the school, and then the student copy will be generated. The student copy is a question sheet without answer. Then the teacher's copy also be produced. The teacher copies are with answers. Then when you have intranet, all the systems of the school and within the vicinity of the school can be connected. That means the school will supervise the exam, and the exam will be written under the authority of the school. Then we can have internet. That means the child is free to write the exam from home. The internet or the computer system does the supervision. Now in intranet, it is the teacher and the school authority that monitors the students. Now let's look at the writing of the exam. Now we have generated a question. How do we then write the exam? Now in writing of the exam, the printable file can be written using pencil and biro to write it, the normal pencil and paper and pencil test. Then the intranet, we can use laptop, desktop, we can use computer system to answer that. The intranet, we can answer that either using laptop or any computer system that have webcam and any Android device, maybe iPad, any Android phone. Any Android phone can be used to answer the question. Then we also work on the security, and work is still going on the security. This security, the one is to secure the software and from every form of intruder. There are, you know that people are desperate in passing by homies. So serious work for several years, I mean not less than 3-4 years, have been done to make sure that it is well secured. Therefore, it is not possible for a student to hack into your question bank or into your question base. Then another one is, what about if the students are doing the exam at home? That is the security on student side, that is SSS. Now we have also worked on this, and thanks to several exam body within the country and outside the country that have given us help in this regard. The software has 7 levels of security. Then that makes it hard for students to cheat by enemies. The first one is to recognize the student. The student that want to write this exam is still the same person that is bearing this name. Don't forget that the name of the student have been supplied at the point of registration. So it will check the face. Does it match the person that is bearing this name? If it doesn't match, it will not open the exam for that student. So even when that child is at home, the senior brother, the twin brother cannot answer the question for that student. In fact, this software could have been launched far before coronavirus of last year. It was the work on identical twins that delayed it till this very time. So we have worked seriously on that, on facial recognition, the monitoring of the face. It's not possible for the child to look sideways, left or right while he is writing the exam. Then we also look at the movements of the intruders. Are there people that want to just intrude and see and spy what the screen is saying? We also work on the noise level. Maybe the child is reading out the question to somebody and somebody is providing the answer from somewhere there. We also look at the movement of the eyes and the movement of the mouth. We also look at cloning. Cloning is advanced technology in such a way that the students want to clone a system with another system in such a way that the second system is the one that is answering the question, but the one that we are looking at is the one that is right with the student. So we have worked extensively on that. Then we also worked on a duplication of system. This is when somebody uses an hardware like a projector. You just say whatever the child is seeing from there, you just project it to a screen, and somebody else can be reading the question from there and be giving the signal to the student. We have also worked on that it will not be possible. And we also look at mirroring. Mirroring is a technology, it's a new technology in such a way that you just mirror your screen to somewhere, and when you mirror your screen, somebody else can now read what you are saying, just like you duplicate your screen with somebody else. And you just use a button, just a small button. You put that button on your clothes, and that thing will mirror the screen and share it through a Wi-Fi to somebody else, and your screen can be monitored. That is mirroring. So we have also worked on that as well. So it is not possible for students to to cheat. And that cannot stop. As technology is increasing, we are also increasing that area. Now the next one is the advantages of this software. For example, you can use this software to do interview for tests of teachers and capability interview teacher or test of teachers capability at remote or at contact. If a teacher is applying to your school, is coming from Abuja, is coming from Cross River, is coming from Lagos, is coming from Oyo State, you can ask that teacher to write a question where he or she is living, and you can see the effectiveness of the teacher right in your school. So that inviting that teacher to your school does not matter. Number two, there is no stress for teachers again, because this software sets standard question. Set standard question for the student. The questions are being worked over by different doctors, professors, different, at least not just not just a graduate, anybody from a graduate. So we have worked different, and this is a work of over 8 years, and this is the work of different teachers coming together and scrutinizing the questions and this one. So it's coming with a very robust and highly queried question bank. So there's no stress for the teacher. The system also can duplicate its own question and generate new question on its own without even consulting anybody. Therefore, there's no stress for teacher in terms of setting a question. Then the next one is that if there's no need of you to be burning the fuel for generator in typing your question. You just get in there and just press your button, pam, 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 pam. In less than 30 minutes, you set the question for the whole school, roll it to the printer, and off you go, and then people write the exam. In fact, the next thing is that it is possible for you to say, okay, children, we are vacating today, please go home and write your exam. And even when they are at home, they continue to write their exam at their own will, at their own space, and it makes learning convenient. Then the questions are, just like I said, their questions are very standard, and it's not just a question that you just set a question like this and that's all. You will be able to see the source of the question. Okay, this question is coming from Nigeria, this question is coming from Ghana, this question is coming from our partner in Senegal, this question is coming from, the country where the question is coming from. You also know the source. Okay, this question is coming from maybe WAEC, maybe from NECO, maybe this question is coming from a teacher in a particular school, maybe this question is coming from a professor in a university. You're able to see the source of the question. You can also select the source of the question. Oh, no, I want Professor Obiana in mathematics setting question. Okay, I want his own question. Then you're able to filter her for his own question. So when we have a particular topic now, there are different people that have set questions in that topic. So it's not just one person. We have looked at the question from different perspectives. So the questions are loaded from different states and from different people and from different feeds. Different fees, exam bodies and the like. So the questions are well standard and scrutinized. Therefore, you are sure of standard question. With this, what we now need from you today, as I'm talking to you now, is that we need I'm just sending to, and this information is sent to specific individual, not to everyone, please. That means you cannot resend to somebody, I'm sorry, without our permission. Definitely, you will not be able to get the software without our permission. So, we are sending to you. We just want to raise for now within Nigeria just 100 schools. 100 schools who are to use this software effectively. Give us, what they do is to give us comments, and all these things we are going to do is for them. They are going to register on our platform. So at this level, they're going to register on our platform. So by the time the software is launched fully, they are not going to pay for the registration bill again. And by the time we come to your school, and by the time we want to introduce you to the security level, you will discover there are some security that you need to pay seriously for before you can use them, like One of the security software there is Jobberman. Before you can do Jobberman, and you can use Jobberman, because of the implication of it, you must be registered with CAC, and you must be given approval on your own. But this 100 schools now, they will enjoy this thing or this platform for free. So this message is specifically targeted to some special individuals. Then these special individuals now, you are one of them, and that's what we are sending to you. Please let me know your view after now. Please, you can send to me on this number on the screen, and on WhatsApp. Then I shall give you the updates. Thank you. God bless you.